Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. Welcome to Eretz Cultural Center. با اجازه بزرگون چون جوانهای زیادی داریم، مهمونهای انگلیسی داریم، من دوارتورا رو به انگلیسی میگم، بعد اگر لازم شد به فارسی هم توضیح میدم. I have some good news today. We have two amazing human beings today here who are going to give us speech. Dr. Kamran Yadidi is here. After the Torah reading, he is going to give us some information regarding protection of our children, our teenagers. Thank you, Kamran. And besides, I have other good news. Mr. Nader Ghiam is here today to give us an update of the ongoing plan that we have for the synagogue on the remodeling and the new project that is happening. But today is Pesach, today is Shabbat. We know that every time Pesach falls on a Shabbat, the energy of Pesach becomes even more powerful. I have some good news today. Usually, when the Kabbalist promises something, when they make a recommendation and they promise that if we follow that recommendation, this is emet. That means it's going to happen. Ari Agadosh, Rabbi Isaac Luria, has a promise. Ari suggests that if every one of us, starting today until the end of the Passover, for 7 days, if we stay away from Chametz, for 7 days during the Passover, you will not make a mistake during the whole next year. Sounds wonderful. If you stay away from Chametz for 7 days, you will have an amazing year without any falling, without any mistake, without any negativity. Not only Ari Agadosh guarantees this, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the author of the Zohar, in Parashat Kitisa, section 134, guarantees the same thing, that if you stay away from Chametz for these next 7 days, your body and your soul will be protected. Actually, if you stay from Chametz for 7 days, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says that your body will become like Kodesh Kodeshim, the Holy of Holies. And no negativity can penetrate in you. That's an amazing promise. When a Kabbalist promises such a thing, it's emet, it's truth. But I know a lot of people who don't touch Chametz during the Passover. Hopefully all of us, we stay from Chametz big time. We don't bring it to our home, we don't bring it to ourselves, we don't eat it, we don't touch it, but still we have challenges. So many years, our forefathers, they didn't eat Chametz. So how come they didn't have the perfect year as Ari Agadosh guarantees, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai guarantees? What's the problem? Rabbi Berg says one thing over and over and over again. He said, it's all about consciousness. It's all about consciousness. What does it mean? It means it's not enough. It's not enough that you don't eat chametz. It's not enough to only concentrate what you put into your mouth. I need to stay away from chametz with my consciousness, with my language, with my speaking, with my action, with my thought. We think only staying away chametz means don't eat bread, don't eat whatever is chametz, and that's it. I can do anything else I want. No, what Ari is recommending and promising, what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is promising, is beyond physicality. It has to do with our consciousness. If me and you, only for the next 7 days, if we think positive, if we don't let negative thought come to my consciousness, if I stay away from talking negativity, if I stay away from what Kabbalah is called Sahara, what is that? If I get angry all the time, do yourself a favor. For the next 7 days, don't get angry. If you love to gossip, and it's part of your consciousness, do yourself a favor. Don't talk Lashon Hara for the next week. If you fall into sadness, if you're too much into yourself, if you worry about yourself so much all the time, if you think you are the center of this universe, stay away from that thought. Be giving. It's not about me. It's not about my vessel. It's about my neshama. It's an amazing promise. Everything that causes you to be reactive during the next 7 days, anything that causes your ego to be awakened, and if you can control that for 7 days, if you could stay away from chametz means ego. Chametz means me. I'm the most important person. My feeling is the only feeling that is important. The world around me, it's all about me. That's being chametz. It's not important what you put in. It's important what you put out. 7 days, ladies and gentlemen, 7 days. Be happy. Stay happy. Talk positive. Do good. Think positive. Anything that makes you reactive, tell him, you know what? After this week, I'll take care of you. You want to yell at somebody? Tell your consciousness, I'll yell at him next week. You want to confront somebody? You want to tell him, you're wrong, I'm right. Wait 7 days. 7 days. Tell your consciousness, I take care of all your reactivity next week. This week is all about being proactive. And I have another gift for you. I have another gift for you. They say that when God told Abraham that there's going to be a time of Galut, that your nation will go to Egypt, will go to Israel, or to Misraim, and they're going to be a slave. Then, when Abraham asked, is there a redemption? And God promises Abraham that there's going to be a redemption. A person will come and will bring your whole family out of this darkness, will take you to redemption. And he says, how do I know? What can I tell my children to look for? And God tells Abraham, this person who's going to come, he's going to use the word pakod. When this person comes and talks about this word, this Hebrew word of pakod, you know the time for redemption has come. The time for getting out of darkness has come. So Abraham tells his son, Isaac. Isaac tells Yaakov. Yaakov tells Yosef. Yosef tells all the 600,000 souls that they were slaves in Egypt. They tell to every one of us that a day would come, a Redeemer would come, and when he uses the word pakod, that's the secret, that's the code. You know, that's the time to come out of galut, to come out of darkness, to come out of challenges. But anybody could come and set pakut, right? We could have false prophets. So what was the difference with Moshe? When Moshe Rabbeinu met the light force of God, and God tells him, go and take these people out of darkness. Moshe said, what should I tell them to believe me? How could I bring them to certainty that it's time to get out of darkness? Is there any way that I can bring certainty, emunah, to these people that they can get out of darkness? And God tells them, tell him the word pakod. Pakod. The numerical value of the word pakod is 184. 184. In our Kabbalah classes, in Shabbats, I always talk about certainty, emunah, betachon. You need to have certainty. We need to have certainty. The only thing we lack is certainty. And everybody asks, how do we connect to this certainty? Where do I find this certainty? How can I raise my consciousness to the level of certainty? Where is this emunah? How can I connect to it? So God tells Moshe, pakod. And then Ari Agadosh comes and reveals the secret. Moshe goes to everybody, to these 600,000 souls in Egypt, in darkness, tells them, God is going to take us out of this darkness. Have certainty. And they say, how do we know that? Moshe gives them a name. As I said, pakod, numerical value is 184. And there is a combination, as Ari Agadosh reveals that combination. When we read in the Torah that God says, go tell him I am Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, the way the light force of God spells his name with the Yud K Vav K is Yud Vav Dalet, Yud Vav Dalet Hey Yud, Yud Vav Dalet Hey Yud Vav Yud Vav, Yud Vav Dalet Hey Yud Vav Yud Vav Hey Yud. The numerical value of this formula, the name of Hashem, is 184. Moshe tells the 600,000 people, if you want to connect to certainty, if you want to connect to emunah, to betachon, if you want to see a force, if you want to connect to the light force that gives you certainty so you could come out of darkness, so you could overcome the challenges, so you could have trust in your consciousness, in your ability, in your gift, meditate on Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey. And Ari Kadosh tells us that all these 600,000 people, 24/7, they meditate on that combination that you see on the podium. It's a prescription from Moshe Rabbeinu. We all have challenges. We all have Misraim all the time. We all fall into darkness. And if you want to connect to certainty, connect yourself to this name. I'm going to pronounce it one more time because it is so powerful. Yud spells Yud Vav Dalet. Hey spells Yud Vav Dalet. Hey Yud. Vav spells Yud Vav Dalet. Hey Yud. Vav Yud Vav. And the last Hey is Yud Vav Dalet. Hey Yud. Vav Yud Vav. Hey Yud. Chag Sameach.